Hi there, it's time for another episode of What's New. In version 2.19 of Proget, we've introduced a bunch of improvements, both for administrators and end users. We've redesigned the activation process, added new features for Apple devices, introduced a notification center, updated policy settings, and included some practical enhancements that make your daily work easier. Let's get into it. Here's what's new in Proget 2.19. The activation process has gone through a complete transformation, and it's now based on templates. Instead of having a single configuration tied to a registration type, you can now create multiple variants for different departments, languages, usage scenarios, or deployment models. You can also choose whether the activation message should be sent automatically, assign a single EULA to all registration types and manage it centrally, or even generate activations without linking them to users, including in bulk. There are also new options inside the templates themselves, depending on the platform. During activation on Android, you can optionally add an Android Enterprise account, which works excellently in AOSP or anti-fraud scenarios. On Apple devices, you can choose to show or hide the Proget Store icon, limit access to app inspection and data wipe, and select whether the device should be activated in declarative mode. To make things even easier, we've redesigned the activation wizard. Now you can walk through each step, consciously choosing the right activation model based on the platform, and the system will suggest a matching template. And if needed, you can create a new one on the spot. Contextual help is also available. If you're not sure what management features a given mode provides, click and it's all explained. Once you generate the activation, you'll get a QR code, activation details in a table, and, most importantly, an interactive guide with illustrations and info tailored to that specific activation. Another major update is declarative management for Apple devices. This is a more modern approach that enables, for example, the enforcement of system updates. It's not the default mode yet, but you can enable it in a template or directly on a single device or a group of devices. We've also added the Apple Update profile, which lets you enforce the latest OS version with a specific delay, set a target version with a deadline, and even add your own link that describes what's new in that update for users. These features only work on devices with declarative management enabled and running iOS 17 or later, or macOS 14 or later. Proget 2.19 also introduces the Notification Center, a single place to track all background operations that take longer to complete. That includes things like exports, bulk user deletion, tag assignments, and more. Each admin sees only their own tasks, and once they're done, a clear summary is displayed. From now on, in the certificate profile, template type, you can set the scope not only for the user, but also for the device. This means that each device will get its own unique certificate, even if multiple devices belong to the same user. And if you choose device as the scope, you'll also see new context variables related to that specific device. In device owner policies, we've added a few new options. You can now hide the Proget app icons, suppress or customize notifications, and even request device usage data from the user, not just during activation, but from the policy level as well. These settings offer more flexibility, especially in anti-fraud scenarios, but also in day-to-day management. Now here's a small thing, but a good one. We've added breadcrumbs to the navigation. At the top of the page, you'll always see exactly where you are in the system, and you can quickly jump one level up, no more digging through menus. Starting in version 2.19, you can now display a custom message to the user when deactivating a device in device owner mode. It's a practical feature for situations where you stop managing a device and hand it back to the user. The message will automatically appear on the device when deactivation happens. And finally, kiosk mode. We've expanded the intent sending capabilities. You can now launch services and broadcasts, specify which app should handle the intent, and pass additional parameters. This gives you a lot more control, especially in customs or advanced use cases. That's it for this update. Check out the new features, give them a try, and as always, let us know what you think. See you next time.